No, he won Super Bowl 6 over the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
He won the honors in Super Bowl 5
Against
despite them losing to the Colts.
That's right.
Is completely unrelated to the Super Bowl MVP talk, but is Bill Belichick overrated?
Whoa.
Here we go. Hey, hold my beer.
Podcast is sponsored by Rage Beef Jerky. They have been a sponsor since day 2 of the podcast, or episode 2 if you want to go that way. But they can be found in 5 states across 400 plus locations, ranging from Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas. One of these days they need to start selling it at a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. And for our 50th, Jordan, you weren't here for this, but our 50th episode, Josh and I gave out a $50 gift card and sent up a package up to Massachusetts. So I don't know if Bo's sold up there yet, and they won.
We got listeners in Massachusetts.
Wow. Yeah.
So they got theirs, and they reached out to Rage and told them how they felt, and they said it was the best beef jerky they ever had, and meat sticks also. So
hell yeah.
But Jordan has not had any meat sticks in a while. Josh is over there snacking on what appears to be jerky, but we can't tell.
Yeah, I've got the jerky, but I have the meat sticks with me. But I'm chewing on just original jerky right now.
I mean, this is good for the audio people, but for the visual people, they can't see what the hell you're eating.
Oh, they'll be able to see when we actually go to edit. So
they can see because my internet will upload it later, just not right now.
So it'll work out. It'll work out all right. But that is Rage Beef Jerky. They can be found at Facebook, Instagram, and then also if you want to go to www.ragebeefjerky.com, you can visit their website to order all your favorite jerky flavors. And Jordan, do you remember that promo code that we got?
Yeah, that's CHUBBY. That's at checkout. So get everything in your cart, type in the promo code CHUBBY, and what do you get for that?
15% off.
He beat you.
Oh, yeah. Is this another delay episode?
No, it's not a delay episode. Shut up. We did, however, Jordan, you haven't learned this yet, but we did learn that the Chubby discount and the shipping discount cannot be used simultaneously. Yeah. So that was heartbreaking because we promoted that for probably 40 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Sure did.
At least 40 episodes.
All right, so we might have fibbed a little bit, but
just a little bit.
There's still a discount in there somewhere.
You see, what had happened was my bank account.
The way my bank account's set up.
You get a checking and a savings.
Yeah.
But no, that is Rage Beef Jerky. Go visit them on all the socials and their website, www.ragebeefjerky.com, and use that promo code Chubby to save you some moolah. Rage.
Got a body like Buddha. Whoa.
Yeah, when Jordan came on, like when we were waiting with Chance, I was like, "Oh man!" I mean, I was excited, but I was like,
"Did you tell him?"
No,
he was like, "Oh, we'll talk about this or something when Jordan's not here or something."
I'm not going to.
I can go.
That's so I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, so am I. How you been, bud?
Good. You?
Yeah.
Always good. Nothing to complain about.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Nothing. You can't even complain about Charlie.
Who?
Charlie, or not Charlie. Yeah, Charlie Sheen.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh,
you said you had nothing to complain about. I said,
I thought you were talking about Jordan.
I was Charlie Sheen.
I was like, man, is he mixing up his friends again?
You.
No, nothing to complain about with Charlie. He's drinking a wild cherry Pepsi, it looks like.
Are you spitting in a Dew bottle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, there we go.
But Josh's is a wild cherry Pepsi. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only drink so much of that before I get.
What do you mean see? I can't see. It's
I can see.
Pixelated. When you say see, like it doesn't do me any good.
I mean, I can see it. It is a pixelated on our end, but it's all right.
You guys aren't pixelated on my end.
Wow.
You guys are coming in just fine.
We also don't have Elon Musk as our backup.
I don't even know what that means.
I guess that's not even your backup. He's your main guy.
That's my primary. He's my starter, dude.
That's tough.
Chance said, "Thank you, guys."
Thank you, dude.
He seemed like a cool dude.
Fun.
Oh yeah, he's fun. He's fun to watch. Him and Ray put on probably one of the best matches I've ever seen in like indie wrestling.
Yeah,
like,
him and Ray Leon's match last last
Their
show
chemistry was really good. Like, it was fun to watch.
Top of the line.
Ray Leone and Dick Richards couldn't shut their mouth the last show, so he said, "All right, well, all right, Ray,
They're
have
funny
at
though.
it." Oh yeah. Well, Ray's his intro that he wants me to read half the time looks like something Jesus wrote from the Bible. Jesus.
So funny.
Oh really?
The illustrious one.
The last time that I had to read his like long card, I had the official hold my mic while I dug a water bottle out so I could take a drink because it was like a 2.5 minute read. I was like, oh my god. It was like an ad read for Ray Leone.
That's cool though that he's got
He has
that.
He has a whole
creativity
that he has him read.
Oh yeah, he's got some good stuff in there too, and he had a tag team that wasn't his normal tag team. It was a new guy that was brought into the what's his shit? What's the group that he's in? The Empire.
The Empire, yeah.
So, but no, Jordan, are you going to be able to go to the next show in Leavenworth, or you guys got a meet for?
I don't know. I don't even know what day it is.
Do we have dates on that yet?
March 9th or 6th or something?
I don't know. I know she's got something March 17th-ish.
St. Patty's Day?
No, I don't know. It's like spring break weekend.
Yeah, that'd be March 17th then.
Yeah,
his is March. Oh, that's February. March 9th.
The 8th, 9th? Yeah, the 9th.
The 9th is the
second Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, but if we don't have nothing doing, I can go. I planned to go to the last show and they got snowed out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's all right.
We were going to cook biscuit bombs in your kitchen.
Yep. Yeah, you were.
Well, I did
still
send
planning
Jordan
to at the next show if you're
by
cool
the way,
with it.
Josh.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Cool.
So nothing's been going on with you and Christine, huh?
Yeah, tell us about your life.
Yeah, like what's been going on? Work besides work?
I mean, that's all we do. I mean, work, raise kids. You know, Aubrey's got nationals in Daytona again in May.
Uh-oh. You going to that?
Oh, yeah. We'll go to that.
Jordan going to the ocean. He's growing up.
This will be the second year in a row.
Brings a tear to my eye. He ain't scared of the ocean no more.
Are you guys doing the drive again?
No, we didn't do the drive in Daytona. We did the drive for Raider Nationals. That was in Kentucky this year. So I went by myself. So yeah, I was in Fort Knox, Kentucky.
How long was that drive?
8.5 hours.
Well, that's not too bad.
It's longer than I'd want to go.
How many cans of chew did you go through?
Oh,
how long was that drive judged by chew?
It was a log for sure. That's easy. Yeah, and then she got Raider Nationals in Kentucky, and then we got Daytona Beach, Florida for Nationals. And then that meet, the school didn't really, it wasn't on the schedule. It was a late addition to the meet, but it's in like, I don't know, somewhere in Illinois, which is like an hour from Chicago.
Ooh.
So yeah, we're trying to get up there to do that one.
Was that be during Cubs season?
No, I think it's before. I mean, it'll be spring training, but they won't have it in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, dude. I work, come home, cook, clean, wife works.
Well, I wanted to start a whole segment of the show. What's up, Josh?
What have you cooked lately? Anything good?
I mean, we had, me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's good. I mean, mac and cheese, kids love the shit out of that. I hate it now.
What about the sausage
sandwiches?
Making
anything new or anything like that?
The sausage sandwiches were fire, and I started making those for a meal with Jamie and I sometimes. The sausage marinara, and then you put them in a bun, and then you wrap them in foil, put them in the oven for a little bit.
Mozzarella cheese, yeah.
Sausage. Ooh.
Yeah. That's like sloppy joes, but with sausage.
Yeah, I don't know about these sandwiches.
He's made it for us when we all were living at your house.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
It was good.
I've slept since then.
Yeah, it's a cheap
you don't forget
dinner.
food though. Yeah, it's literally
I made taco salad tonight.
Taco salad.
Taco sounds nice.
Yep.
Love a good taco salad.
I love a good tossed salad.
Jordan, that's more than we needed to know.
I bet.
Guilty.
I'm guilty. That's more than I need to know from both of you guys. Thank you. I'm not. Just to be clear, that's not. I'm not into that.
You don't toss on no salad?
In case we need
He's into that
forward
original
here.
flavor of beef jerky. Don't forget,
Bro, it's so good. I love it. I'm even eating like stuff from our fundraiser, so it's not even labeled correctly. It's still primal labeled.
So is Uncle Jeff still there working on the house and stuff?
He is. They're getting ready to head back to Hutch here for a couple of days, and then they're all going to come back here again, and we're going to do all the grunt work. Flooring and stuff gets in on the 13th, so
are you putting it in
trying
yourself?
To get everything, yeah, we're trying to get everything ready in the house before we
list it.
Basically, trying to do as much as we can before the flooring gets here, so that all we have to do is just the flooring and the baseboards, and then start getting it listed. So,
yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about Uncle Jeff last episode. Like, if you could describe Uncle Jeff in like a few words, what would you say? Jordan.
Yeah, how would you capture that, man?
A smoking handyman.
Accurate.
Yeah, that dude. I don't know. Does he not know how to do anything?
I've never came across anything that he couldn't figure out.
Right.
I know he said that if he can't ever figure it out, he picks his phone up and calls the mechanic, or if something again. Like, usually it's the newer cars that he can't fix it on.
Yeah,
like
I do knew everything. Yeah. I take lawnmowers over to him, or just basic small engine stuff, and he'd fix it.
Still does. Let me tell you, we were just down in my backyard, and he's digging through piles of crap that stuff threw over the edge. He finds a chainsaw that he's going to take home and fix up, and all sorts of crap, like a tool set.
That dude probably just walks around the neighborhood looking for something that doesn't sound right. He's like, hey, I know what's wrong with that.
He's like Tim the Tollman Taylor.
Yeah.
Hey, you want some more horsepower to that?
Honest to goodness, he's talking about it. I think he's going to move here and just start doing like side hustle work for people. Just like little fix-it jobs, handyman stuff. He would make a killing out here.
Could you imagine him working for Brandy if she just wanted to run the B&B while he did all the maintenance? That dude would make a killing.
He'd kill it. It.
But no, man. I sent Jordan the notes just where he kind of had an idea where he wasn't going in blind. And I didn't want him to feel like left out if we were talking about things that he didn't know what we were talking about.
Oh, I'm still blind because I don't know what half this shit is.
It's all right. We just go over a few things.
It's okay. I was going to say, I don't know what half this stuff is either.
Well, what do you know? That way you can, I've just got a few things on the notes to talk about. Valentine's Day is coming up.
As I said, you got three little, there's 2 ones before that I want to talk about because I want to know what you want to talk about with them.
Well, I know Josh has a few stories. We'll skip Valentine's Day until we get to that point. But I know Josh has a few stories about Ouija boards, but that shit creeps me out, bro.
Bro,
I don't mess with demon shit.
I don't play no games with Ouija boards. The only story I have is just the one that BJ tells about playing with one when he was in middle school.
Oh, I thought you were a part of that too, and they tried burning it and stuff.
No. That was BJ and Dustin and all them that did that. I think. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they all played with one. I think it was BJ and Chris primarily.
Ooh.
But they
at some
played
farm
with one
or something.
Well, so that's part of that haunted house story out at the farm, where apparently there's this big barn out on the back 40 that BJ and Chris both went into several times, and it was empty. And now, mind you, they're older brothers, so you know how they can tell stories of crap, but they swear up and down, and they still swear to this day that, or at least they did last time I talked to them about it, that they walked into that barn and there were knives and stuff stuck all in the walls, and it was just creepy as all get up.
See, I'm not one that believes in ghosts. I believe that there are evil demons and shit out there, but I don't believe in Casper the ghost and shit. I don't know if I'm the only one here, but Jordan, do you believe in ghosts?
I think there's a spiritual side of of something outside of the human body, but I don't know if there's necessarily something flying around me that would represent a ghost figure.
Right.
But I think there's something like aliens. I believe there's some sort of life form out there, but yeah, I think there's some sort of shit like that, I guess.
And Josh, you're a minister. Like, I mean, you've been in the church for how many years have you worked in the church? So
11 and a half years.
Okay, so you of all people could probably give a lot of people a good idea about like what you feel to be a reasonable explanation for maybe say ghosts or like evil spirits. So like I believe that when you mess with something evil, you're going to get something evil in return. That's what I've always
Absolutely
believed.
agree with that. I think anything you open the door to, you can expect it to come in. Anything you invite in will make a presence in your home. Same goes with your spirit. So when you open the door to demonic things, to demon possession, stuff like that, and hear me out. I'm not saying that like, hey, if you go out and watch a scary movie, that all of a sudden you're going to get possessed by a demon. What I am saying though is the more you treat the spiritual flippantly, the more I think the less you can understand what's going on. The less you can you can't understand it if you treat it flippantly. So here's my point in that. As a pastor, what I believe is there is a veil between the created world, what we see, what we experience, and the spiritual world. Okay? That there's a barrier between physical and spiritual. Scripture talks about this in several different places. And I think for the most part, that veil is there to protect. I mean, it's there to showcase that both exist simultaneously. Like the supernatural is in plane with the natural. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's not some far off place. Like I try to explain to people that it isn't this idea that somehow like we are spiritual beings having an earthly experience. And you have to stay in that mindset when it comes to spiritual things. We often see things from a physical standpoint and don't put much stock on spiritual things. Okay? But then we wonder why we battle things like depression and anxiety and things like that. It's not just situational. It's also the things that we allow into our lives and allow control over our lives. So I guess what I'm getting at here is demon possession is biblical. It's real. Spirits are real. Okay. But what we know in scripture is there's never an instance where a spirit shows up and it's a good thing, where it's some sort of heavenly God-sent thing. The only things that show up according to God's will are messengers or angels, right? So if we're not talking an angel, and an angel's described like consistently in the Bible as a terrifying experience, not as in like you're scared because it's a ghost, but as in like you're terrified by the powerful presence before you. You know what you're seeing is holy and heavenly and supernatural. Okay, so an angel visit isn't going to surprise you. You're not going to be like, was that an angel or was that a ghost? Okay, so to me, any experience you have with a ghost or a supernatural thing is not heavenly. It's not from God, and doesn't there's nothing I see in scripture that says that God sends the spirits of people to you to comfort you. He sends angels to comfort you, and when you die, you are gathered to your people.
And that's why I thought you'd be a good person to ask, because like I don't believe in like those mediums and bullshit like that. Like, no. I ain't gonna pay nobody to come into my house.
Here's what I tell you: if there's anything that is confirmed in scripture, is a medium. It's the idea that it is possible to contact the dead. But okay, so like, give you an example. The reference I would use, the only example we see of a ghost in the Old Testament is the Witch at Endor. Okay, and it's Saul, who's the first king of Israel, comes to the Witch at Endor to get her help. He wants Samuel, who was a prophet. He wants his help figuring out what to do. And Samuel's been dead for quite a long time. She raises the spirit. It says that Samuel comes to, he's not aware of where he is. Like he asked, like, why have you called me to this place? Stuff like that. So it's like, there's clearly something actually happening. But wherever Samuel is being communicated to from or whatever, it's not here. And he doesn't it's basically, it's criticized all the way through. Like she communicating with the dead isn't encouraged. And that's kind of the point of it. Is she at first tells Saul no. She's like this is gonna get me killed. You're gonna have me killed for this. And Saul's like, no, I won't. But yeah, so the whole point is that we don't have a ton of evidence in Scripture, but what we do have is that it ain't good, and there isn't any examples of a ghost
what you laughing for, Jordan?
coming to visit you because he knows I'm talking too much, and he's like, you should have shut up 5 minutes ago. Dude, I know, Jordan.
I was like this, and I was looking at myself, and my face was just like I checked out 10 minutes ago, dude. Ago.
Okay, short version. Ghost may be real, but there's nothing good or right about contacting them and communicating with them.
And that was my whole thing.
And they're not supposed to be in presence from you. Yeah. So there you go.
I mean, I would never mess with one anyway. I don't think you could pay me to mess with one.
But see, that's the thing. I don't think a Ouija board's talking to ghosts. I think you're talking to demons when you play with a Ouija board.
I don't want to find out.
I think what you're doing is you're opening up the door to supernatural, but not necessarily you're inviting in anything that will speak to you.
Yeah, I'm good.
And that to me is you're opening the way for demons.
Why did we get started on Ouija boards?
Well, no, that was
a great
just
question.
I guess that kind of opens the door to my next thing because this shit also creeps me out too. Have you ever been to Vegas, Jordan? I guess to look around, not for work.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never been to Vegas. There's only one thing that's ever caught my eye to ever say, "Hey, I want to go to Vegas for this," and that's that Sphere. I want to see that shit like no other. I want to go see either YouTube play. Did you go in?
Not in the Sphere, no. But the hotel I was staying at was literally right next door to it.
I would love. I just want to go see a show there, and the UFC is supposed to be putting on a show there. But one of the other things in Vegas that you can go and see is this thing called the Body Museum.
Body Museum.
Yeah, it's called the Body Museum, right? And so I guess what the rumor is that apparently these are dead prisoners from Japan or somewhere else in Asia that have been what they call waxed and turned into statues, right? So what they do is
they're like taxidermy kind of thing.
No,
sort of,
I know what you're talking
but
about.
it's not taxidermy. Plasticized. That's what it is. So you can go to this museum and see this figurine standing there, and they pulled apart the muscles and all the tissue and made it 3D look right.
It's meant to be scientific in displaying how the human body works and everything, but it is actual human bodies that were donated to science who have been chemically plasticized.
All right,
that's cool.
When I was going down this rabbit hole of looking at this shit, right, there is this story of a woman who either she owned it or her husband owned it.
I would hate to see your history. On your search engine.
It's all over the damn world, right? So anyway, I'm reading this article about this lady, and she apparently it was either her, I guess, museum or her husband's museum. I can't remember which it was, but her husband was cheating on her, right, with a woman who was pregnant. And I guess to pay her husband back, she had this woman murdered, 10 months pregnant, murdered, and then she ended up in the damn wax museum. Or
10 months pregnant?
10 months pregnant. If you look at this pregnant woman, she's been plasticized, is what it's called. And it's there's I guess a trail of evidence to show that this is her, and I guess now there's several other pregnant women that are in one of these museums, and they're all over the world, but Vegas is, I think, the only one in America. that actually has this.
This sounds like
Swear to
you've
God.
been down a conspiracy rabbit hole.
I
What?
didn't get anything out of that other than somebody can be pregnant for 10 months.
Or not 10 months. 8 months pregnant. My bad. I don't know why I said 10.
Now I don't care about the story. The whole thing was the 10-month pregnancy.
I'm sure that
thing.
I'm sure you could be pregnant for 10 months. This just wouldn't be a good thing.
Okay, so let me get this right, Bobby. The drama is apparently there is in Vegas a human bodies.
No,
museum.
it's not in Vegas. I went down that rabbit hole and found out there was one in Vegas, but there's also other ones throughout the world. And there's a story that talks about this woman who had this other woman killed, and then later she was put in the museum, and that's wild as shit to me.
Are there court cases about this, or is this just a story?
Well, the only court cases that this woman has is that apparently also the same woman was put on trial for murder. She murdered another guy or something like that. And she paid a family. Hello. She paid a family.
What's up, Lev?
To have one of their younger daughters set trial for her so that she didn't have to be there. She looked just like she didn't look anything like her either. It was wild. What you got to say?
Hi, Levy.
Hi.
What's been going on in your world this week? Tell us something exciting.
Oh, I got a student leadership, and I got
what?
And then I got new jobs.
Way to go, kid! I'm proud of you. Well done.
New jobs? What kind of jobs?
Yeah, tell us about that.
So a student leader job is where you get to pick out. So the PE teacher and the music teacher get to pick out 15 people from 3rd grade and 4th grade, and I got picked. And then a job is where they get to pick a job for you, and I get to help out with the office and help out.
Ooh.
And I get to help out with life skills.
Cool. Are you excited about that? Awesome. That's so exciting. Cool. I'm proud of you, kiddo.
Thanks.
Don't let your dad teach about life skills.
What's tell us the stinkiest fart Dad's ever had. How bad was it? Like rate it on a scale.
All
10.
of them?
Like how bad? 10?
10.
The stinkiest farts at 10? like how bad is it? Like so bad that like people have to run out of the room?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jordan's sitting there
so
like,
bad.
what in the heck are you talking
Nothing.
about?
He has no idea what we're talking about.
You guys talk about where my zebra cakes are?
All right, here's what I want you to do. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to show us what it looks like. Like hand the headphones back to Dad. Show us what it looks like. Pretend like he just farted and run out of the room screaming.
Okay.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Why
that are
does it have to
listening,
do that?
that is what happens if Jordan farts in the same room as
Yep.
his daughter.
If
That is Libby's response to Dad's gross level 10 farts.
You want to get started on your little butt burps?
Butt burps.
And
That's
it's
so
Butt
cute.
burps. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one. Butt
That's
burps.
adorable. Cute new phrase we're all going to use. Butt burps.
But I'm not sure where I was at with that. But like, it's a woman in China, by the way, that was like on trial, and she paid this family to take their daughter and go on trial for it, where she doesn't have to go to prison or whatever. So it's
Bobby,
wild.
it's
a wild.
I think
story.
you need to take a break from the internet for a couple of days.
I'm sure I do, but like this is what I kind of find kind of weird. Like, how do we justify having like one of those plasticizations? Like, if they're prisoners of like whatever it is, that's wild to me.
How many people actually know the backstory there? I mean, how many
That's my
people
problem.
got
I
away
probably
with
shouldn't have
stuff
looked
like
it up
this all
and
the
probably
time?
went to go look at them. That's my thing. Like, I shouldn't have even looked it up.
Yeah. But
yeah,
again, I'd want to know where the evidence. I'd say before I
Well,
believe
if it's in another country,
that's a pretty dramatic story.
Right, but we're
Let's
not going to
see
hear
some
anything
evidence
out of
before
China.
we-
Like, that's a communist country, so we're not going to see anything from that. And it's a rich woman, so you know that she's getting away with whatever she wants to get away with.
Jordan, do you feel that way? Do you feel like rich women get away with everything they want?
feel like that's a open-ended question. I feel like
An open-ended question.
Yeah, I'm just gonna plead the fifth on that.
Smart.
But hey, Valentine's Day is coming up. What you guys got planned for your significant others?
She gonna get all the thunder.
I should probably plan something.
All the thunder.
Maybe a little bit of lightning too.
And then is that thunder snores afterwards, like lightning and then thunder? Like,
nah, dude, I haven't snored in a while. I got this sleep. What the fuck is it? It's like
a mouthpiece.
Yeah, but it's like fitted for your mouth. I mean, I've had it for over a year, but I mean, it fucking helps.
Snored.
Really?
I didn't know either until she recorded me one time, like several years ago.
Josh?
I mean, it's pretty bad.
Like Josh rolls some walls and shit, man.
Yeah, bro, my snoring.
Yeah, they hooked me up with
you just sleep test
all this other shit. Yeah.
How many times you wake up in the middle of the night?
Yeah, and then they said like I don't breathe. I don't know how. So many times during the night.
Sleep apnea.
100%. Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, and then I got this mouthpiece thing.
I've seen Josh and worried for him a few times where he's just woken up at a dead ass sleep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude!
It's bad, dude. It's bad.
Yeah.
And I snore when I'm deep sleeping, but like never like a regular, I guess, cycle.
You just
snoring.
sweat when you sleep.
You sweat so
I mean,
bad.
thankfully that's not a sign of sleep apnea.
I just don't know how. Like, there's days where I wake up like in the middle of the night where I'm sweaty, and it takes me a little bit to get to sleep. But like, I don't know how
do you
sleep.
possibly sleep in what should be considered a waterbed?
I don't sweat all the time. Like, it's usually in the summertime, obviously, when I sleep hot. But like, I mean,
I've slept with you in the winter.
I was gonna say we've shared a bed.
I'm a heater, bro. It's not that I sweat. I'm like a natural heater. I like radiate heat.
You generate heat for sure.
Like, I don't get cold. Like, if I could have a choice, it would be a sheet on the bed, not a blanket or a comforter.
See, I don't even like sheets.
Oh, I like sheets, but like it's usually for like me.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Really?
Like before me and the old lady got married, there was no fucking sheets. I had a blanket.
I prefer no blanket. I would rather have sheets.
Yeah, forget the blanket. Just give me a sheet.
That's all I want.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't sheet.
Like a flat sheet. Like
it can be flat, it can be fitted. I don't give a shit. But sheet, no.
You didn't sleep with fitted sheets?
You didn't have a fitted sheet on your mattress?
That's nasty, bro.
That is gross.
I mean, I think there was a fitted one, but
there better have been. Otherwise, what? You were just putting all those dead-ass mattress all on that single.
You were a raw dog in the mattress.
My ass slept just fine.
He was a raw dog in the mattress. Ugh.
Oh.
Like, if I slept without no mattress, like anything covering my mattress, that sweat would turn into a body outline, chalk outline.
Looked like a dead body. It looked like somebody died in that bed for sure.
No, like, I've actually kind of, like, it's funny that you say this because, like, I've slept in my birthday suit for a long time, except with you guys. I didn't sleep in my birthday suit, right?
Thank
Praise the Lord.
But, like, it's got me thinking, like, maybe I should wear something or have something close to the bed in case some shit goes down that I have to hurry up and get dressed for if there's, like, a fire or some shit. It's like, because if I have to run out naked, like...
I just imagine Bobby trying to pull on sweats over all of his, like, sweaty body. And so
right, while everything's burning down.
Trying to get a foot in. He's like, son of a... Come on!
Yeah. They're sticking. But no, what were you saying you had, Josh, planned for the wife?
I haven't planned anything yet. That's what I was
be like, hey, hon, you've got new floors.
No kidding, right?
We're moving to Florida.
I've still got 10 days. I can come up with something.
But Jordan's giving her the thunder. So
with a dash of lightning.
With a dash of lightning.
Sprinkled in there.
Did
Heartland Championship Wrestling is with us. And man, let me tell you, this isn't so we love promoting Heartland Championship Wrestling. We love telling you about the exciting stuff coming up, the matches that we just got to be a part of, as well as the amazing stuff coming up. And we have a special treat for you today as part of our show. We have just one of the most electric personalities from the HCW. His name is Chance Carigan. He wrestles from the sunny beaches of Kansas. We're excited to have him here. And we're excited because he is, his match coming up with Handgun Dan is one that we have been promoting, we've been talking about, and we've gotten a little bit into kind of the beef that started it all, but we get to hear Chance's perspective first from him and get to kind of hear his story of how this is all played out and what he plans to do about it. So we're excited to have you, Chance. Thanks for being here, man.
I'm excited to be here, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Well, cool, man. So I've gotten to see several matches with you in action. You're one of my favorites to watch. You always bring energy and electricity. Your matches always lots of moves, lots of energy. You always make the crowd pop. That's what I love about the way you wrestle.
Thank you.
My question for you, this beef with Handgun Dan, man, he's been around HCW for a while, but I didn't know there was such bad blood. Where did this come from, man?
Yeah, I mean, he might have been around for a while, but I've been around since the beginning. So
you're one of the OGs for sure,
right there.
So, absolutely one of the OGs.
So let's go back to the beginning. You know, what was Fight for the Dead? You know, your boy, he dabbles in some other things in the wrestling business every once in a while. I might be the best one on commentary, not only the best one in the ring, but also the best in commentary, maybe on the mic. And I was just testing the waters for HCW, seeing, you know, if I wanted to maybe announce for the future and testing that out. And, you know, Dan's match comes up and, you know, what else? He goes over dirty, as usual, cheating, low blowing, all the good stuff, you know, all the good stuff he likes to do. And I just thought the crowd, you know, since they were feeling it a little bit, you know, I thought they would want to know how he win. And they agreed a bit, and he just didn't take that too well.
Ooh.
And I guess he waited, as those guys tend to do, until I turned my back on him. And he hit me with one of the hardest forearm shivers to the back of my head I've ever felt in my whole life. Just completely blacked out. Don't know what happened to me. I've only ever been that way on St. Patrick's Day. So, man. So, you know, I thought, you know, okay, fair enough. I embarrassed him in front of the entire crowd. You know, let that go. Tit for tat. I'll take a shot to the back of the head. I'm a competitor, if anything. But he didn't want to let it go. So show after show after show afterwards, he keeps coming after me, attacking me. I believe the latest show he did that was the December show, Wreck the Halls. We had a number one contendership for that for Johnny Faye's independent title match. Right. No disqualification, and yet this man still figures out a way to ruin the match. Comes out when all of us are down. Looks like one of us is about to win it, and he has to come out in his dumb little ski mask, acting like nobody knows who that fat ass belongs to. You know what I mean? As if
it was a little obvious in the mask.
And a bulletproof vest with, you know, a bunch of, basically a cargo vest, I would call it. Yeah, who wears cargo vests anymore? But comes out, you know, and knocks out first guy, knocks out second guy. And I won't lie to you, those discus knockout punches are no joke. They are serious and they rock your jaw, man. But for some reason, he didn't want to hit me with that. He grabbed a steel chair and just cracked me as hard as. When was the last time you seen somebody get cracked over the head with a chair, man? It's usually
not
like.
Happening anymore, dude.
Right, it's like gut shot, back, right? Or gut shot in the. You know, it wasn't none of that, bro. It was straight up. He didn't even think about it. Just straight up, boom, cracked my skull, man. And if that wasn't enough, he had to, you know, add insult to injury, pull out a dull ass pair of scissors. And went to town on the gorgeous locks. So if anybody's watching this for the first time without seeing me, yeah, all my hair,
Look at that.
my
Look at that.
beautiful locks.
To be clear, it was significantly longer and more beautiful.
Yeah, so I used to be down past my shoulder blades. So cut ahead to just this last show in January, and he gets one over on my boy Jose, my dear friend Jose, who I've actually had a hand in training
Great up and
personally
comer in
myself.
that kid.
Great, hey, fantastic up and comer, one of my best friends. I might even call him a protege of sorts. I've been in this business for a short time. He's been even shorter. If you say I've been in it for a minute, he's been in it for a second. So, and he's over here getting the crowd over. He's putting in the work. Did you guys see that? How high he got up on that frog splash?
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
I thought he was about to touch I thought he was about to dunk the ball right afterwards.
No, he could have touched rafters for sure. It was. You could have done a space countdown with that, bro. It would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he held his breath for a second, thinking he was getting in the stratosphere. Unfortunately, he came back to Earth, ate all canvas. Dan goes over, of course, with his little, but he doesn't want to let it go. He holds that submission just a little too long after the bell, and I decided that's that's enough. Enough is enough. Sure. It's time to get my own belt. So, don in my fantastic new romper, courtesy of my fantastic girlfriend, Mindy Grace, for Christmas. I just got a little bit of my own, but, as cowards tend to do when they start getting a little bit back of their own, they tuck their tail and run back to the backstage area and get back in their car and drive on back to Amarillo, Texas. So go ahead and challenge him back to the next show and actually see if he shows up this time.
So, man, that's it. You kind of have kind of been at the brunt end of his. I don't know what you call them other than just aggressions. So here's my question: this match that's coming up, how do you think it goes down, and what do you hope is the end result when everything's said and done?
So this time I'm asking one-on-one, man-to-man. No weapons, no sneak attacks, no crazy roll, no tights, nothing. If he can beat me one-on-one, I'll sit there looking at, in the eye and say he's the better man.
Raise his hand?
Yeah, why not? If he beats me clean, I would have no problem saying he's the better man and raising his hand in the middle of that ring.
Okay.
But I'll believe it when I see it. And when
he hasn't done it yet. He has not beat you clean yet.
I haven't seen him really win. Okay, I guess fair enough. He went over on Jose clean. I guess fair enough. But you guys haven't seen him go over clean on me. Nobody's seen anybody go over clean on me because technically I'm undefeated in HCW if you didn't realize.
Well, that's an interesting point. I'd love to tell us a little bit more about how that feels. Do you feel like that garners you maybe some talk for the title or anything like that?
Right now I got to finish up my story. As Cody Rhodes would say, finish the story with
finish the story, baby. Yeah.
I would hate to challenge one of the top title contenders and have any of that come in and ruin it. But
sure.
I would definitely have my eyes set on that gorgeous independence title that Johnny Faith is carrying around.
Absolutely.
But
beautiful.
To be fair to Johnny, I will wait until my story is over, wait till my turn to go and challenge for that belt, and then challenge him mano a mano, hopefully, if he's still holding it.
I can tell you the drama has been high. We've enjoyed watching it. I know as we sit in the back, I get the privilege of serving biscuit bombs at the last show. We're going to be there again, serving biscuit bombs again. So delicious. We get to sit in the back and watch the whole thing and see everything go down. Tons of good action. Let me tell you, just having watched you enough and being a bit of a fan of yours, I'm excited to see you finally show Handgun Dan what it's like when he gets put into a ring one-on-one with you. He can't cheap shot you. He can't come at you from behind. You get to go mano-a-mano. I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And before you go, is there any thoughts you have on the biscuit bombs for people who haven't actually tasted them yet? Because I only had one of them, but like I hear nothing but good things about the others.
Biscuit
You were
bomb.
actually special.
Hey, I went ahead. Hey, the last time at the show, they went ahead and named the combo after your boy
sir.
here.
Carigan special, baby.
The Carigan combo. I believe it was a biscuit, a bomb, chips, drink, candy, and something else.
That was it. It was all four of those. All four of those for $10. It was a good deal.
For $10. I went ahead and bought those, and then bought an extra biscuit bomb, or I bought the extra 2 biscuit bombs. Tried all 3. I think Mindy Grace. Mindy. Which
Bobby,
one?
Mindy's one that we got to get on the show too.
Did you?
She had an incredible triple threat match in that last show that was went to town. She was basically fighting. It was more like a 2-on-1, but it's all good.
Yeah. She took a little bit of a beat in that last show, but
she handed out a beating too.
But she's tough. She toughs it out. She's in the military, so she knows how to tough out a good thing. They're wanting to know what flavor biscuit bomb is your favorite. And I was thinking it was the buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken for sure.
Buffalo chicken, yeah. She's a big buffalo chicken person.
Love it.
All right.
Those are so delicious.
What flavors do you guys want to see next? What flavor should I bring out this time?
What would be a good flavor next? I would do because my favorite was the biscuits and gravy one.
That was mine. That was fire.
But like a sauce, maybe like a sausage, egg, and cheese, or like
yeah, we can do that.
Or like
what's that?
What would be a good one? Ooh, maybe like a cinnamon, like a
dessert
cinnamon,
one.
Ooh,
like cheese, like a cream cheese, like cinnamon cream cheese or something like that in there.
Okay.
Oh man,
cream cheese.
Yeah.
Like
we are so fast.
Yeah.
This is why.
This is why we call it Chubby Buddies, baby.
Chubby buddies, man.
Yes, sir.
There ain't no disclaimer on there. It ain't no like health. You ain't no health.
No, sir.
I mean.
No, sir.
Yeah.
You are going to get chubby if you eat this food.
This is people want to get full right here. I'll endorse these Chubby Buddies right now. If you want to get a good time and a good meal, eat them Chubby Buddies, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love it.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Chance. I appreciate you taking the time. We're going to have to reach out to Grace, too. So,
thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
For sure. We'd love to have you, too.
Yep. Thank you so much. Nope, you're good. Thank you guys so much for having me. I can't wait to see you guys again at the next show. And I'm gonna order probably about 3-4 more of the Chubby Buddies after my match. So I can't order them before because then it'll just sit there as to But I gotta. You don't want to be seeing it, 2 times.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Exit or entrance and exit.
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby, no.
Thank you.
Also, I hope Dan. I mean, I don't know what you have up your sleeve, but I know that he also cherishes his hair pretty much too. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I might find those pair of dull ass scissors, and when he's sitting there counting the lights when I win, I might take one of those dirty ass.
There you go. There you go. That would be fun to see.
But good luck to you, man.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy this awesome fall spring we're having. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chance.
February 24th, 6 p.m. That bell's going to ring. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be an amazing show. Handgun Dan, Chance Carigan, duking it out. Chance finally getting a chance to shut Handgun Dan down and get all the beef squashed and hopefully lock things down. So, Chance, we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on, man. Glad to have you. We'll see you at the show, man.
And before you go, why don't you plug anything that you have, like
plug
your social medias?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got February. We got the 24th, of course. You guys are going to be there, I believe. And then, let's see, I believe we have Southwest Kansas Independent Lucha Libre.
Yeah, let's
Dodge
go.
City.
You headed down to Dodge City? Let's go,
yeah,
man. That's so fun.
You guys know I'm going to be there. Diablo, El Diablo Blanco is a really good friend of mine. An alter ego, some would say. He's going to tear it up and maybe tear some of Luchador's heads off, as usual, with his good buddy, Dick A. Richarde. You guys
I
know
gotta
him
be
pretty
honest.
well.
I gotta be honest. I love seeing that network grow right there, Dustin. I mean, like
Yeah,
it's so
it's
exciting to see Luchador
fun.
blow up and really grow and receive the credit and the praise that it deserves, man. This is exciting time for Kansas wrestling, that's for sure.
March 9th, catch us in Leavenworth for HCW.
Yeah.
And the 30th of that same month in March at HCW here in Wichita, tearing it up. Gonna see me hopefully done and finished with Handgun Dan. And then all dates, I believe, afterwards are gonna be determined. April 20th, I believe, Wichita HCW. And I got a couple for Bond City Bar Fights that I would love to plug for a couple people down there, if you guys do not mind, real quick.
Yeah,
Not
not
at
at all,
all.
man. Go for it.
Let me just find those. I have them, I promise. It won't take more than a few seconds. February 16th, Bomb City Bar Fights in Amarillo, Texas. March 15th for Bomb City Bar Fights, and April 12th for Bomb City Bar Fights. So nice, busy couple months, but a couple open dates ready. So anybody
That's an exciting
can
schedule,
be up
man.
with it. Absolutely, and Midwest wrestling, man, is growing. It's huge. I can't believe how big Kansas wrestling is getting at the moment with Billy's promotion, with the Lucha promotion going on over there, with everything going on in Junction City, and with traditional American pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Fantastic independent scene here in Kansas, you guys.
It's good stuff, dude. Love it. Well, cool. Well, guys, if you're in the Wichita area, you for sure, like we said, can catch them at HCW's Road to Legacy. Bell's going to ring 6 p.m. It's going to be a blast. February 24th. Don't miss it. Thanks, Chance. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
buddy.
it, man. We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you guys soon.
See ya.
See ya. Go Chiefs.
Well, hey, from this episode on, there's 3 days till Super Bowl, bro.
Woo-hoo! Let's go.
And Jordan didn't get to celebrate with us last episode.
I know.
So what are your thoughts about this? I'm assuming you watched the last game, right? You didn't have to work, right?
No, I watched it.
Let's
You
hear your
watched it.
review of the Chiefs so far this playoffs, sir.
The playoffs, they're a completely
playoffs?
different team.
I agree.
They're unstoppable in the playoffs.
There was a stat that, well, there was a couple stats. One stat was Patrick Mahomes was like 6-0 or 6-1 against number one best defenses. And then what was the other stat? The Chiefs had given up like 17 points total in like the second half since like
That's
week 14 or something like that, which was
Defensively,
insane.
they are
that
the
is
best.
Yeah, which is
Spags is making insane halftime.
yeah, and I think it has to
adjustment.
do with a lot with Spags because I think like his game plan that he puts on for different teams. But you look at our roster, other than Chris Jones, we don't really have like
We
a
got a lot
big
of
name
rookies.
player.
You have
Yeah,
a lot of
there's
rookies.
we've got like one of the
Reed is probably your
youngest
next
defenses
biggest
in the
name.
league.
Reed is
I
probably your
get
next
that we're
biggest
not
name.
contracting them high, but Sneed, Reed, Bolton, Gay, all of those guys are
Willie
pretty
Gay,
high
yeah.
level. But none of them are on like massive contracts. I know we're gonna have to pay Nick Bolton this year and Willie Gay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sneed.
Yeah, and Sneed. Sneed, in my opinion, is one of our best weapons.
Oh, for sure.
I've been all in on him since it was Sneed and oh gosh, who was our other guy that I was really big on?
Who is that guy with the weird last name that had a really big game? It's like from another country type last name, like Anatupo or something like that. Defensive
D-back?
lineman? No, he's a lineman. Is it a lineman? I think he's a lineman.
I'm so confused.
I'm talking about a defensive back. I'm talking about come on, JD.
Corner? Like what? Like how long are we talking? Like
Before
when?
like same time as L'Jarius Sneed, when they both first started with an R. And I was a big fan of the kid. He ended up not being as good as Sneed. Sneed ended up being the top one. Started with an R though. I cannot
an R
for the life of me. Saw it at practice at football, the training camp.
Team roster. You know, Wayne
As a corner?
Yeah, he's a corner defensive back.
Like when Snead first came out, or like this last year? Like, what are you talking about?
No, it was when Snead was first on the team. When he first joined the team, we had another cornerback with him, and both of them were pretty good in my opinion. Gosh,
Charles Omenihu is who I was talking about.
Omenihu with his ACL tear?
Yeah.
Which we got him from like the Niners, free agency or something.
Yeah, he came from the Niners.
Yeah.
Like, that's who I was thinking of, Omenihu. But I don't know who he could be talking about. But
I don't know either.
Rashad Fenton.
Oh,
Fenton?
fuck him.
Ooh,
I don't want to say fuck him.
Heard first.
I thought he was pretty good back in the day when it was Snead and Fenton. I thought the two of them were really good. Fenton didn't end up playing out as well as Snead did, but they were still
because when
pretty
Snead
young.
came in, he was like our nickel.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's probably one of the hardest spots to play defensively.
Oh gosh, yeah. I would never want to play nickelback. No, thank you.
But I think that helps Snead though too. Playing that nickel, you'd be like that extra linebacker kind of guy on some run fits. So I think that's why he's so good at making open field tackles. But it also helps when Snead can lock up number one, and you have McDuffie on the other side that can take care of that, and your safeties can kind of just roam the field, and your backers don't have to look for a lot of stuff. Yeah.
When I look at this defense, though, it takes me back to what's his name? The Raiders' old coach,
John Gruden.
John Gruden. He used to label defenses, and like I think this would have fit in perfect with his UFO defense that he used to call unidentified flying objects. Like they fly to the ball, like they know where they need to be, when they need to be there.
Yeah, and they can blitz so many people. Yeah. You don't know where it's coming, when it's coming, who's coming.
And then another stat that you kind of highlighted, like you highlighted the defensive stats, or no, Mahomes with number one defenses. He also has only been sacked twice in the postseason this year, and it was both against the Ravens. Both against the Ravens. That's wild.
And that's with Joe Tooney being out, our starting left guard all season.
Yeah.
And Nick Allegretti, who's no slouch.
Gretty has been playing his freaking heart out, dude. I have been so proud of that.
He's a good backup. He can probably start on 31 other teams.
Yeah, he can play those positions really well, so he doesn't have to be locked into one spot. He's a really good utility guy.
And he didn't get sacked from that side. He got sacked from the right tackle side. Like
Jawan Taylor.
Yeah, that's where he got sacked from. I think Jawan Taylor is going to be one of the first ones that they try to find a backup for to replace. Probably.
Well, we got a couple backups. It's just they've just been hurt.
Yeah,
right tackles.
Yeah, I mean, because we got hybrid people. We got hybrid linemen that can kind of play wherever, fill in.
Like we got a young guy, Wanya Morris.
Yeah.
He seems like he's a couple of years of good strength training and stuff. I think he's going to be a solid guy for us.
I mean, your guys' center's just as good as Jason
Creed's
Kelce,
phenomenal.
He's on that same ball.
There's a couple snaps where I'm like,
Trey
God,
Smith.
Those low snaps,
up, buddy.
Shotgun. It's like, whoa, boy.
Yeah.
But Patrick, he no look catches it on the ground and then is able to throw it. It's like, wow.
I think another guy that doesn't get near enough credit is Trey Smith, our guard. He's really good.
Oh yeah, Trey Smith. Yeah, it sucked when he had that neck injury, but luckily he's back. No,
I think we're in for a really good game for sure. But like, I love Andy Reid. Like Andy Reid, like I said before, like Andy Reid knows how to motivate a team to get an achievement done, like when they need it most, and the postseason's proved that. But also, I mean, you can go get those shirts that say "In Spags We Trust" if you want to. With I think Reid's the one selling them. I mean, $65 though. That's expensive for a T-shirt, bro.
That's officially licensed, baby.
Is it licensed? I thought he had them made. Like it was through him.
Like I don't know. If the Chiefs are selling, I'm assuming it's got to be licensed at some point for the NFL.
Oh, it's not the Chiefs. It's him. Like you have to go to his website and shit. And it's $65.65. I was like, oh, because I was looking to get one. I was like, not for $65.65. That's
Who is it that's selling them?
Reid.
Andy Reid? Oh, Justin Reid.
Justin Reid. And Spags We Trust.
Okay.
Nice. It's just got all those different, I guess, shots of Spagnola, like just with his demonic eyes and shit is the main logo.
It's Spags We Trust.
So
love it.
Oh, the Valentine is beckoning.
Oh.
Well, while he's talking to his better half, Josh, what is your I guess Super Bowl prediction, like halftime score, final score? Jordan
Okay.
had it down to a T last year. Don't forget that.
I know. It was insane. All right. Halftime score. I'm going to say.
And don't say score. Just say, are they up or down by so many points? And then
Okay.
final score. Like final score, like points.
Halftime score is 14-all.
Ooh.
I think a final score of 28-24.
Chiefs.
Absolutely.
And the Chiefs won by 10 the last time they played the Niners in the Super Bowl, was it? Or 9?
Is that right? No. Hang
No.
on. Was it? Well,
I think we won like 34-20.
yeah.
14 points?
Yeah, because we were down 20-10 at the in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I thought they were down.
And then
10.
we scored it with Travis Kelce on the little out route. And then number 26.
McKinnon broke the one at the end.
No, that wasn't McKinnon. That was
it was
the fuck of the running back, dude, that we traded, we got rid of. Damn it. I liked him.
Williams?
McCoy?
Yeah. Darrell Williams, whatever. Yeah. And then he goes up
31-20.
Oh, 31-20. Yeah.
So
and then he
points.
makes that like 39-yard run there at the end with like a minute and something left in the game.
So, yeah, that's my prediction. 28-24, 14-all at half.
Jordan?
Prediction for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, half. Like you last year, you had it down to a T. You had it locked
nailed it, bro.
You killed it. You had the halftime score. They were down by 10 at half and came back to win it. And
I think it's going to be 13-10 at half.
Chiefs or Niners?
I'm gonna say the Niners are gonna be up 13-10 at half.
Okay.
I think the final 27-24 Kansas City.
Oh, I like it.
Well,
I'm not going to say 49ers. I'm still going. I don't give a fuck if the score is wrong.
Baby.
As long as the Chiefs win, I don't care. I want it to be a blowout. I don't like the stressful games.
We'll take it.
Yeah,
49-0. We'll take it.
72-0. I don't care.
This is where I'm going to have you. Okay. Halftime score 7-10 Chiefs.
Ooh,
final score 34-10.
Whoa.
They're not going to let them score in the second half, I don't think.
34-10 Chiefs?
34-7, my bad. 34-7, yes.
They don't even get a field goal?
No.
Dang.
Chiefs are going to win. Chiefs are going to be winning at half 10-7. Final score 34-7.
Dang, Bobby says
I want that.
Shut
I want that score.
down.
I thought
like
they were.
Let's go with Bobby's.
Yeah, let's do it.
I thought that they were going to win by 10 against the Ravens, and a lot of people counted the Chiefs out against them, and I just couldn't do it because if you look at the way Andy Reid motivates his players, and that's what I've said from the get go, like he just knows what his players want to achieve, and that's what he uses against them. That's just an opinion, of course, but
Jordan, when you got the defense playing like that's been carrying the offense essentially all year.
Yeah.
Like all the offense had to do was click just a little bit. Just give me a little click.
Just keep
and
the defense
MVS
off
stepping
the field.
up
That's
the last two games was huge. Kelce being huge. Pacheco running the ball good.
The rookie running wide receiver that you guys have.
MVS's
What's
comments
his name?
about
Rashee Rice. Yeah.
Rashee Rice.
MVS had some comments earlier in the season when he was dropping the ball about how it happens, and that he would make the catches when it mattered. And I just can't help but remember that when he made that catch in the playoffs. I was like, the man said he would make the catches when it mattered, and he does. So
I don't really necessarily want him on the team for like a long time.
I don't disagree. But it was frustrating because I can't deny that the man said he'll catch it when it matters, and he got it.
Yeah.
And then you saw Tyreek Hill's tweet at the end of the game. He's like, "Oh, you guys ain't hitting on MVS anymore, are you?"
The crazy thing is like, especially being around here, like Kansas City area, it's such a good time to be a Chiefs fan. But I get people who aren't Chiefs fans that live in this area how annoying it is.
Oh,
because when New England was doing it, everybody hated New England. It didn't matter if it didn't matter because they were winning so much. Everybody hated them. But what a lot of people forget about the Chiefs, and anybody that's listening to this, watching it, who aren't Chiefs fan, who are annoyed with the Taylor Swift, whatever, like, you have to understand, for the past 50 years, we've been dog shit.
Yes, sir.
And not until
Yes,
the
sir.
past 7-8 years have we been relevant. So yeah, it's new to us Chiefs fans on how good we are and how we're able to sustain it. So excuse us if we're a little happy, and we've been happy for 7-8 years, but you would be the same way if your team was in it. So don't get pissed off at the Chiefs because they win a lot of games. Get pissed off at your team for not beating the Chiefs when they need to beat the Chiefs.
It's the first time in our lifetime that the Chiefs have been good enough to go to the Super Bowl. Okay? They've been okay. They've had some good seasons. We remember the Dante Hall years. We remember the Priest Holmes and the Jamal Charles years. But they were never good enough to get beyond the AFC Championship. We just couldn't get back to the Super Bowl.
The best year they had was what, 92 with
No, in the early 2000s we had a 12.
I'm saying to make
14.
it to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, with Dick Vermeil.
Yeah.
Well,
Dick Vermeil didn't make it to the AFC.
No, we went to the playoffs though, but we would always lose like one or two games.
Yep.
Like it was just.
Yep.
But for the past 50 years, we've been dog shit.
Yep.
2013, we drafted number 1 overall.
And
took fucking Fisher. Eric Fisher. Like, it's not that long ago. We sucked. Tackle. And who would have thought? Fucking 8 years later.
Patrick Mahomes, baby.
Like,
who would have thought all we needed to do was trade with the Bills and draft Patrick Mahomes?
That's the crazy thing. Is
but
everybody's
that's
like,
not even. I wouldn't even say that because even with your guys' previous quarterback, you guys made it to the. Didn't you guys make it to the AFC Championship and lose to the?
Alex took
Smith?
us to the
division.
Yeah,
yeah, divisional round.
And lost to the Patriots.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean,
and then the AFC Championship game was against the Patriots. Patrick Mahomes. That was like the first year that we did it.
Yep.
That was after we beat the fucking Texans. Like.
Oh, and Josh, you were wrong on the person who deflated the ball. Or deflected the ball that last time. It was it was Texans.
D Ford who lined up off sides.
Right, that was that year.
That's right.
But the Lamar Jackson catch where the ball got deflected and then he ran it for 20 yards. It was a different
Marcus Mariota.
Against the Titans. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
it was Marcus Mariota that did that, not Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
he thought it was Andrew Luck.
I thought Andrew Luck had one.
He had a fumble. The running back fumbled at the goal line. And then
Andrew Luck picked it up and ran it in
and then we shit away that fucking loss.
Oh, I'm so mad. That's what I was thinking of in that moment. I forgot it was a fumble, not a.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota caught his own pass and ran it for a touchdown.
Yeah, we know. And that fucking that head coach there was a sack that Derek Johnson had that they ruled forward progress was stopped when in all reality forward progress was never stopped and he fumbled the ball. And that's how we lost the fucking game because they retained the possession. Very next play, he throws a pass to himself and he scores a tutty.
Yep.
Fucked him. I don't even know what referee that was, but
But hey, you guys are living the best life as Chiefs fans nowadays. And
it is. We are in our villain era and we're okay with it.
I feel like I have aged 10 years in the past 8 years of football season. Like it's 10 years per year.
Yeah.
Just because of the stress. And don't forget, like Chiefs fans, like if you're a diehard Chiefs fan like me and Josh are, don't take it for granted. And don't expect us to win every single fucking game now because we're used to it. Just relax, like Aaron Rodgers.
And that's why everybody was so mad this year is because they weren't winning every game in the season.
I don't want to repeat.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I don't want a repeat of this year with the fans. I don't want another year where we have to listen to all the fans complain and criticize about the way Patrick's playing early on because they're not at 100%. Like we're going to have stretches like this. And if you can't be on board with the team when we're down.
I think it's good to have stretches like this though. Like it's good for you to know how to lose. Like if you know you can lose, then you know what you don't want to do.
You learn more from losing than you do winning. And I think that's helped them. And that first year that we won the Super Bowl, Patrick said it. I won a Super Bowl with a team that's lost 6 games. That's what we did again. We made it to the Super Bowl. Like, we're okay.
But
if we lose, we lose. Like,
feels good to be back here, though, doesn't it?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Like, honestly, it's like...
I think they should have the draft at the person who wins the Super Bowl every year. Like, I think that should be, like, the dominant thing.
That'd be a cool incentive.
You should have the draft at your location if you guys... Whoever wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the Chiefs did last year, so...
Yeah, like... I would go back to another draft if it was in Kansas City. I would never drive to another draft. Like I would never go
Oh,
farther
no.
than 4 hours.
It's not that exciting.
Well, the first me and Josh got to see the first round. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure that was exciting, but I'm saying like so from me to Arrowhead is like an hour. So
Right.
if I wanted to drive an hour of thousands and thousands of people and I don't know that I'm getting an assigned seat somewhere, I don't necessarily want to go through the chaoticness of trying to locate where the draft is and then standing somewhere where I can maybe see somebody's like foot or leg. Like
we got lucky, I think. I think Josh and I both, Josh, Heather, and I got lucky.
Heather was phenomenal, dude. She marched. I was like, I thought I'm the lineman here, dude. She was cutting through people left and right.
She's just Moses
her way up
people.
the field. It was great, dude. It was awesome.
The one thing that I will say about the drafts is that I appreciate like commercial breaks like so much more, just because like the time flies so much when you're watching it on TV, and it drags so much in person. It's like, man, we're only on pick 4.
There's just like they're trying to hype because they show animations for each team at each pick and stuff like that.
And then you got the analysis in between the picks and who they think they're going to go with Mel Kiper and all them.
But we're on they're talking on stage, so you don't really get to hear that or view any of that. So they kind of do the announcements and then playing the sounds and everything. But other than that, you're just kind of standing around waiting for the pick to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So when you're in the crowd, there actually isn't a whole lot.
But it's also good that way because you're live.
Yeah.
So you don't know who they're going with.
Like
you don't know if there's a trade unless they announce that there's a trade.
Yeah, like we could have text Jordan and told him 10 minutes before they did it.
Right. Cool. So like the experience of you seeing it live is probably better than to watch it at TV, but it's more relaxed if you watch it on TV because you ain't got to worry about the thousands of people are trying to figure out where's the bathroom, where's my food, That's
or get lost trying to find food.
Finding the second light, Bobby.
Dude, I panicked. I had a panic moment. I haven't done that ever, I don't think. I even had it mapped out. I planned it out with Josh right next to me, and then I call him on the phone. I'm like, hey, raise your hand. And there's thousands of people. He's like, dude, I don't think that's going to help.
It ain't going to help.
But no, it was still fun.
Oh, man.
All right, so now that we've all decided that the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, who do you think the likely MVP of the Super Bowl is going to be? Jordan?
MVP of the Super Bowl?
Of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I think it's going to go defense.
I'm going to give you on both teams. If, hypothetically, the Niners win. If the Niners win, it'll probably be George Kittle. That's what
really?
George Kittle, Iowa tight end. Love him. AFC, it's so hard because usually the quarterback gets it, but I'm not going to pick a quarterback. I'm going to go Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I agree. I was actually going to say similar. I think it'll be the running backs.
You don't think it'll be a defensive player
Pacheco.
if they end up being the one to stop
the last time that happened was
Bruce
Irvin or something?
No, the Patriots corner that intercepted the ball against Seattle. He got it last. He intercepted the ball in the 1 yard line.
He got the MVP.
Malcolm Butler
was MVP
for that.
So that was less than
It's just so hard for defensively to
7 years ago.
Defense is
because you either have to have like umpteen amount
of
of picks or tackles that mean something, or you have to make a play down the stretch.
But it's like, say the AFC Championship is happening, right? Say we gave an MVP out for the AFC Championship. Josh, you're going to give it to the dude that stripped the ball out on the 1 yard line.
Snead, for sure. Snead gets that MVP, no question.
But granted, that was a much closer game than I'm anticipating it to be. But like, if it comes down to like how you guys are saying it's going to be the score wise, like there's very much so it could be a defensive player.
Fuck, it could be the kicker. It could be Harrison Butker.
Have they ever had a kicker as MVP?
I don't know.
Adam Vinatieri would be the only one.
Didn't Butker get special? Oh, I guess that was special teams player. Never mind.
It was probably like back in like the 30s.
I was gonna say like Adam Vinatieri would be like the only one that I
want to say yes.
Hang on?
Yeah,
no, Butker
Lou Groza played both kicker and left. He's one of three. Okay.
I feel like Butker just got an award this season.
There is a kicker that's been named MVP of the season even before a wide receiver has.
It was Mark Mosley of the Washington Redskins back then.
Mosley,
now, obviously, the Commanders was voted the NFL's most valuable player in 1982, becoming the first and only kicker to ever receive the award.
Wow!
Talk about a boring
season. Did it have to be that a kicker won MVP?
Well, that's for the season. Jordan's
How many games
looking
did
up.
they win?
But are you talking about for the Super Bowl MVP, Jordan, or was that for the season?
No, that was for the
That was
season.
for
Okay,
season,
yeah.
Oh, you
bro.
want the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm saying when was the last Super Bowl that we had a kicker as MVP? The only one I can think of
I
would be
don't
Adam
think we-
Vinatieri, maybe. If there has been one.
As a
I
kicker-
can imagine that there's been one.
Ever won a Super Bowl MVP?
But yeah, no wide receiver has ever been MVP of the season. Well, I guess yeah, nobody has.
So the reason Mosley is the MVP for that year, it was a strike shortened year. 1982 was a strike.
There's got to be an
year.
asterisk right there. No. Across the 56 prior Super Bowls, a place kicker has never won the Super Bowl MVP trophy. This is despite some performances at the position from the likes of Don Chandler, Ray Wershing, who owned the record for most field goals made in a single Super Bowl with 4, or Jim O'Brien and Adam Vinatieri, the only 2 players in Super Bowl history to ever kick a game-winning field goal.
Here's an interesting tidbit for you.
Listen to this. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Okay.
Then I'll read mine.
This is by FanDuel.com. Instead, the award has predominantly gone to the quarterbacks, with the signal callers winning 30 times in 56 games. Wide receivers are next with 8, followed by running backs with 7, and linebackers with 4. Defensive ends 2, and safeties 2 are the only other positions to win multiple times. Meanwhile, cornerback, D-tackle, kick, punt returner all boast 1 honor each.
Wow.
So you see how lopsided that is. 30 and the next one is 8. And it's quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's
so it'd be super hard for anybody other than a quarterback to get it. But
I just wasn't sure if like this. I mean, we know the Chiefs' defense is just dominant this year, and that's why I was curious. Like, could it be a defensive player this year?
Yeah, but Christian McCaffrey's a different animal.
But I'm saying if the Chiefs win, like, is it going to go defense way, or is it going to go? Could Kelsey?
I mean,
get
you
it?
could. Yeah, Kelsey could get it. Snead could get it. Chris Jones could get it.
It'd be fun to see
Nick
Kelsey
Bolton
get it.
could get it. I mean, Nick Bolton had a great game last year in the Super Bowl with a fumble 6. Like,
seeing as we're talking interesting Super Bowl MVP trivia, did you know that there has been an MVP
on the losing
winner
team?
On the losing team,
Dallas Cowboys against Miami.
That's correct. Super Bowl 5.
Defensive end, was it?
Fellow by the name of Chuck Howley.
Defensive end?
Chuck Howley, linebacker.
Outside linebacker.
Yep, outside linebacker.
And he played a lot of defensive end. He had like 3 interceptions that game, I think, or 2.
Chuck Howley, losing team, but still won the MVP. That's pretty cool.
And lost to a last-second field goal made by Miami.
Dang,
I think it was what, Super Bowl 16, maybe? Is that what it was?
5.
Super Bowl 5. Oh, okay.
Super Bowl 5.
Yeah, that's the only time that the losing team
to
is
the Baltimore Colts.
Oh, Colts. Okay, I thought it was Miami.
Yep. No, he won Super Bowl 6 over the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
He won the honors in Super Bowl 5
against the
despite
Colts.
them losing to the Colts.
That's right.
Is completely unrelated to the Super Bowl MVP talk, but is Bill Belichick overrated?
Whoa.
The only reason why I say that is because he interviewed for the Falcons, didn't get it.
Didn't interview anywhere else either.
Yeah. And then also Mike Vrabel.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Here's my
Didn't
question.
get a job either.
Vrabel surprises me. I really am surprised.
Is Belichick being promised a job if McCarthy doesn't put out this year?
Maybe Belichick's holding off a year so that
McCarthy's
can give McCarthy one more year. But is that contractual? Like, why didn't he just let him go?
I think this is his last year for the contract. Now, if he would have let him go, I think he would have had to pay.
Gotcha.
But like, he could get fired halfway through the season next year, especially if we.
I think if Jerry Jones really wanted Bill Belichick, he would have cut Mike McCarthy so goddamn quick.
I would.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Belichick's going to the Cowboys.
The only thing that I could see
to believe that Belichick's overrated.
Yeah, he's not overrated.
Right. No, I don't think he is either.
That?
No, but I know that historically Belichick is like the GM. He gets to pick the roster, gets to pick the team, blah, 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 which is why I don't think it would work with the Cowboys because Jerry Jones is so
wants to be the
involved
GM.
into that
Yeah.
team and all of
Yeah.
that stuff that I don't think he's going to give up that power to a Bill
Well,
Belichick.
I think that's why Belichick may be having trouble getting the right spot.
Right, because that's what
nobody
he
wants to hand over that much power to.
Right, and that's what he talked to Atlanta with, was apparently the owner, he didn't want to fire the GM that they had.
Well, it's not
so
the
that Bill
GM. It's this
Belichick
guy
could
that
do
they
all of
don't know
them.
what his job is. I forgot his name though. He's not the GM. Like he's not labeled as the GM. I forgot the guy's name. It's the owner's best friend who didn't want to like Belichick didn't want to answer to anybody but the owner. And in the NFL, like this day and age, it's far and few in between that you're going to be able to do that.
I don't know though. If you're Belichick, I think you
Belichick
can,
and what's his name?
make a case for it.
Seattle, he was the GM and the coach
Carroll.
at Seattle. Yeah, those are the only two that I can think of that were like that recently. Now I don't know about back in the day or anything, but I don't think he's overrated.
So, do you see Belichick going somewhere else, or do you see him just sitting out for a year?
I don't think he's gonna. I mean,
he's not getting a head coaching job.
All 32 teams
have
have gotten a coach. I don't think he's going to want to be a defensive coordinator. I could maybe potentially see him as being a GM of another team, but this year I don't. But I think he's too involved with the football aspect of it to where he'd want to be the coach. He wants to do the X's and the O's. He doesn't want to sit in the office and crunch numbers and salary caps, and like I just think that's not in his DNA. So I think maybe next year he'll get something. I'm sure he'll.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he probably had the pick of the litter.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's so many coaches like Raheem Morris.
Do you think he has to compromise though? Do you think
100%,
whatever team he settles for, he's going to have to compromise those roles? He's not going to get both GM and head coach role?
I think if a team wants him enough, then if the ball is in Bill Belichick's court, he's going to ask for what he wanted with New England. Whether they give that to him or not, that would probably be a selling point to him. If, the Browns want to do it, let me go back to the Browns, or let me go to the Panthers, or whatever the case is.
Sure.
But I don't think it's going to happen this year. I could potentially see it next year, but the Mike Vrabel thing kind of threw me for a loop. I surely thought he was going to get something.
Like Vrabel's, that caught me completely off guard. One, that they let him go. I didn't think Vrabel was the issue there in Tennessee.
No, I just think it was like, all right, we've done to the playoffs. We can't win. Let's try to flip something here.
Yep.
And with Derrick Henry leaving, which was a huge Tennessee Titans loss.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I mean,
where do you think he goes in free agency?
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's 32 teams I'm sure would love that. Well, maybe 31 teams that would love to have him, but
he was working out with the Cowboys last week.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Cowboys.
We did not have a running back that was a power back like we needed. Like
it would be a shorter team of teams that I don't think he would fit with.
Sure.
Yeah, could you imagine him with the Bills? Kansas City?
Could you imagine him with the Bills?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he would fit. I don't think he would fit with the Bills because they run or they pass a lot.
Right.
And I don't think he's great out of the backfield.
Do you think that they're getting rid of their wide receiver from the Bills? Like he's looking at trying to go.
Stephon?
Yeah, Stephon Diggs.
You think Diggs is leaving?
Yeah.
I think he's staying.
Think?
I think so.
I mean,
so as a Chiefs fan, I'm just curious. What do you think the receiving core looks like? Do you think? Well, I guess it's we need to see how the Super Bowl goes. But do you think they'll make a push to get somebody, or do you think they'll keep the core as it is? And
I think they do better with seasoned wide receivers. They just know how to put an old wide receiver in a spot to where he shines at the Chiefs. Look at what they've done with some receivers that aren't rookies.
I could certainly see us getting a veteran to come in and have that presence, but I'm not sure that we necessarily need somebody, if that makes sense.
I think either three names come to mind that I can see going elsewhere. Okay, MVS, McCall Hardman, and Sky Moore.
Sure.
Okay. Neither one of them have been, especially Sky Moore. He's kind of, injury, yes, but he also, dropped some ball. Oh, shit, everybody dropped balls. But this is his second, third year, and it seems like he still doesn't get it.
Still developing and almost a little too slow.
And a lot of your running backs are also good receivers in the backfield.
Right, and that's why I'm saying like reach back to Derrick Henry. That's why I don't think he would fit good with Baltimore, or not Baltimore, but Buffalo, because Buffalo kind of runs the same offense that we do with you got to have a mobile quarterback with a receiving a scat back kind of thing, to spread the field a little bit.
Who can break away and be your wheel route.
Because you don't want to bring Derrick Henry just to be your third down running back. Like, I don't think he's going to want to do it, and that's just not what he's made to do. He's a first down, second down, third down running back kind of thing. But so McCole Hardman would be another one who
came back from the Jets.
But I think he could be good. It just seems like he gives up too goddamn easy.
Yeah.
Where if there's balls up in the air, go fucking get those things.
He won't compete for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because it's a size thing or if it's like a mental thing or if he's like, okay, I know there's a flag coming, so I don't really need to do anything. But like, that's what sets you apart from. That's how you get a fucking big contract is you go get those balls, even because Patty can't do it every fucking time. Like, you have to go. You gotta. Even if you dive and you completely miss, I'm a fan. My fat ass is on the couch eating chips, but I get pissed off when I see him just lollygagging around trying not to catch a ball. And I'm like, why the fuck is he trying to catch that? But that's why I'm sitting on the couch on Sundays. Like, but for some reason, I just don't think McCole Hardman, it's clicked with his head. Like, fuck, I need to do a lot more than what I have been doing.
Jordan's inner receiver is coming out. The one from the bean from the circle when we were playing. And he's just screaming at McCole to say, lay out for the ball,
like, just fucking try, dude.
Just go for it.
But I will say
that's your job.
Your rookie receiver is like
Jordan's
promising.
Dives into the concrete and stuff like that. Like, this man is committed to going for the ball.
Damn right.
He's deeply offended when a receiver won't make that same commitment.
But that is good, though. I will say that Rashid Rice is very promising. He goes for the ball. He hustles. He goes every opportunity he's handed, he takes it. Like it's like the last piece of bread he's going to get from him.
He reminds me so much of Dwayne Bowe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, just the size and like the hands that he had. I mean, Dwayne Bowe, first year in the league, I think he had the most drops, right? But his route running, the size, like he can get open. Like, I think he understands the route concepts, which I think is a big thing of the Chiefs offense. It's all based off of like the zone coverage, how to get open.
Yes.
That's why Kelsey's so good, because he understands zone defenses of where the weak spot is. Like, oh shit, it's 5 yards in this way. Let me cut this route off 2 yards so I can get there quicker. It's
bevel in and drop into a little pocket so that Patrick can drop it.
Or if it's cover 2, okay, let me try to get out here real quick, get it in space. And I think that's where kind of like McCole Hardman and Sky Moore and those guys, they don't have that yet. And it's to a point where, okay, you've been here for quite a while, and yet you're pissed off that you're not playing a lot, like Kadarius Toney.
The
fucking figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Kansas City relies on a certain level of field IQ. Like, you have to understand the game of football out there. And some of these guys are coming in, they're talented, that like they could run fast, they can catch the ball, but they don't have field IQ to understand the game of situational football and understand how to make adjustments as necessary.
Right.
And that's what Andy Reid and Patrick and Travis and all those guys are trying to do. That's the kind of receivers we need. Guys that understand it at that level.
Yep.
It's why I thought very highly of he was a receiver for a couple of years.
Where'd he go?
Sammy Watkins.
Oh yeah.
Sammy Watkins. I thought Sammy Watkins had like phenomenal, like,
he had
just
good hands too.
Yeah, his hands. He was consistent.
He knew where his feet needed to be.
Runner. Absolutely. Like he had the mechanics down. Tyreek was fast, but what really made him an A+ receiver was he became a better route runner.
Right.
He became a phenomenal route runner after he joined the league, and that's what took him to the next level as a receiver.
Yeah, you give me route running over speed any day of the week, and that dude's going to be on my team.
Yeah, which is what makes Tyreek so terrifying is he's not just fast.
Oh, right. His route running is impeccable.
His routes are phenomenal. His footwork is amazing. Like, dude's great. So,
And that's why when we drafted McCole, because Tyreek was going through that child and the wife thing, was because somebody to stretch the field. And that's where that McCole thing happened. But
see, where Tyreek was willing to learn and grow, I haven't seen that from McCole.
Yeah, I haven't either. And I get a lot of your experience is going to come on field, right? That game time, those game time reps, but you couldn't figure it out in the 2-3 years you were there. You went to the Giants for a half a season. You came back, and it's still like what the fuck? Like the resources are there, man.
Oh, see,
you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Kelsey, you got all these coordinators. Like, but what are you doing? Because we don't see it.
What are you doing to go after?
Right, and as far as I know, that dude could be doing it every single day, and it's just not clicking. I don't know.
That's very true.
But the resources are there. So when I'm sitting on a Sunday eating fucking chips and I see you being lackadaisical about catching a ball, running a route, I can second guess you and say, why? What's going on? Like, I don't want to bash the dude. I just want to understand, like, on a more personal level, like, what's going on? Why aren't you able to do this or do that? Or why aren't you seeing the field? Because if you see the field, you can obviously help the Chiefs stretch out the defense and it leaves it open for Rasheed or whatever. Or fuck, Pat can throw you the goddamn ball. Just go get the fucking thing.
Yep,
but like, what's happening? What's wrong? Like, how in your head, what's going on? And I think most of it's psychological stuff, because football isn't just physical. Like, it's a lot of mental shit.
What did Dryling used to say? It's 80% mental, 20% physical.
Yeah, some shit like that. But it's just, I hope I'm the best. I hope I'm wrong. But like, from what I've seen, and I'm sure what he's seen as well by his snap counts, he's just not getting out there enough. But on the other side, you could put him as like a fly sweep guy. Like,
for sure.
Like how Miami does it. Somebody's going in motion on this whip motion or this, we called it zig motion or zigger motion. Is that whatever? Like, you can do all of that, but like, we can get him to the ball in the open field. But like, I just don't know if I don't know.
All I have to say is this segment just now sounds like a Pat McAfee episode.
I don't
know. Just like how specifically they go in depth
down
about it. Like, you broke it down to like how Pat McAfee.
It was a good breakdown.
Yeah, it's just what I like. I'm no football expert, but like, when I'm watching on Sunday, I'm like, how the fuck does this dude have it, but this dude doesn't? Like, where's he dropping the ball? Like, not literally, but like, what does he need to work on? Why isn't he able to do these things that, one, you get paid a shit money. You get a fuck ton of money to play a hobby, a sport. You don't have to clock in a 9 to 5 to a job you fucking hate, dude. Like you've got one of the best things going on in your life, and
chance for a bonus.
Yeah, try to figure that shit out, dude. Like, what's wrong? Like, that's all. That's my soapbox, dude.
Love it. The best part of all of that was the constant affirmation, or the constant reaffirmation that you're sitting on your couch eating chips. Like, you made very clear the context of it. I'm still sitting on my ass.
Yeah, it's because back in the day when they told LeBron to like shut up and dribble, like just shut up and do your thing. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, I don't want to be the shut up and dribble guy. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why can't you figure it out? Like, what's going on? I just want to know on a mental level, like, are you going through some shit at home? Like,
it's just funny.
Is it just not clicking? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I literally want to understand, because I think he could be so fucking good.
Well, they wouldn't have called him back if he wasn't.
I know. And there's something there that I just don't think he's tapped into it himself yet.
Right.
To what everybody can see that, fuck, McCole, you could be really fucking good in this league, dude. Like, I just need you to do this.
Do you think it could be that relationship thing? Like, how Travis and Patrick have that relationship. They bond really good, and he just doesn't do that with anybody else on the team.
I mean, yeah, it could be like a psychological, mental thing or a social thing. I don't know, but whatever it is, man, like you're no slump. Like, you went to the University of Georgia, like, your shit. Like, that's a good school, and you got drafted by a really good team. Just needed you to figure it out.
Love it.
Love it. Hey, I didn't.
Like, I just want to help the guy, dude.
I don't know what it takes to qualify yourself as an expert in football, but of the three of us, Jordan, I think you would be the closest to an expert in my book.
But I'm a big fish in a small pond if we're talking about football with us three. Like, but with the tens of millions of people that watch this sport,
yeah, because
I think I'm below average.
I would say that like you're experienced,
dude. I can tell you for a fact the number of conversations I have with people that watch football. You are still above average football intelligence and are expert level in your football.
The only thing Jordan really doesn't know much about is like offensive line, like tactics and stuff like that. That's really the only
bullshit.
thing.
He knows plenty of that.
I wouldn't say that he knows. I'm saying like he's not. He looks at the receiving, the running back, the quarterback, and the D-backs. That's his big thing. That's what he played. He loved those positions, so that's why he's invested so much time in watching those players. He didn't watch the offensive line like we did.
I mean, I'm not like, oh man, that's a good tug right there. That's a good gut, you know. I don't, but no.
The fact that you even remember any of our phrases from them makes me so happy.
Little Tay,
baby, Little Tay SS. Let's go.
But I love when somebody's mic'd up.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
And I don't give a shit who it is. But when you hear the other side or you hear them calling out their cadence, like, you know, like, hey, rip, 52's mic, you know, that shit. I'm like, okay, 52's the mic. Okay, rip is right, essentially. You know, I'm just like, okay, what's coming on?
Like,
what's
it down in
the best person that mic'd up was Brett Favre, in my opinion. Like, hey, you got left-handed footballs? He was one of the funniest.
It's oh god, I would just love to be just on a side, just in a fucking locker room. God, that'd be so cool.
I think you would be hilarious. I still think you should consider. How's reffing going? Are you getting high enough in the reffing world? You could go and eventually ref the NFL?
I had to take last year off. I didn't do it all last year.
Well, hopefully I have Wells on
to get
in the next couple of weeks on my podcast.
Oh, Wells is my guy, dude. I love that guy.
Oh, I miss that guy.
He was their crew is just.
They have a lot of
bunch of bandits, man.
They have a lot
of yeah.
He's got his
like
son on there.
Like, yeah, honestly, like that's the crew that you would want to be on as a referee because the knowledge that all those guys have, they've been doing it. I mean, you add it up, there's probably over 100 years of just knowledge that they all had, but they're so they mesh so good, they get along so well. But then when the lights are on, they know, okay, it's business kind of thing.
Yeah.
They know what to look for. They're in the right spots. It's so professional of a non-professional position. They're just so good at what they do, man. It's just, those groups of guys are good.
I can't wait to have him on to just take his brain. It's gonna be fun.
You think he could do it at the pro level?
Oh yeah,
Jeff. Oh, 100%. Dude.
I think so.
100%.
I remember talking to him as a high schooler. Like his knowledge about like why a rule is made is beyond like unknown. Like he says, "Oh, I understand why the rule is made this way, and this is how I implement it in my everyday like game." Like I look at this.
He doesn't just understand the rules. He understands the mechanics of the rules.
Yeah, and why it is a rule, and how he can get ahead of like how to be able to make that right call. Like basketball, like
and how it needs to be interpreted.
And like basketball, there's so many possible scenarios, and football's pretty straightforward. But to be the best and to be able to ref at that level, like I think he could definitely ref at the pro level.
Oh yeah, and there's no doubt in my mind. Like he's got the smarts for it. That dude's not stupid.
Could you imagine that dude
he's super intelligent
on a Sunday night? Say it's the Super Bowl Sunday, man. Like I know that dude.
Cool.
I know that dude.
That would be so cool.
Like I'm such a nerd. Like my two favorite referees.
One of them's retired that I like.
I want to know who.
Cleet Blakeman.
Okay.
And then Sean Hockley.
Is that the?
Those are my two favorite referees. And it's stupid that I know their fucking
Sean,
names.
But not Ed.
No, I like Ed, but he's not there anymore.
Ed
of the current
Ed
referees,
Hockley, the one that was the lawyer.
Active, yeah.
Is he the old lawyer that used to explain why he called it the way he called it?
Yeah, and he got those big old fucking guns.
Yeah. Hockley was like, awesome, dude.
The player, and he would say,
Sean
"Excuse
too,
me, the player was not stopped at the 1 yard line. He was then stopped at the 2 yard line, and therefore he was down at the 2 yard line." Like, man, you made that.
Who's the one that said giving him the business? I really like that one. I like him. He's cool.
I think that's probably Ed. Like that sounds like Ed for
giving
sure.
Him the business.
Yeah, Or he was like, that was not holding, that the D lineman was just overpowered.
Yeah.
But you look at Clete Blakeman, if you Google him right now, he reminds...
Cherry. That was Ron Cherry.
Oh.
That's who that
But
was.
Clete Blakeman reminds me of Jeff Wells.
Mm.
Like, you just look at them. They're tall, thin, like they're just,
He's
look
done a
alike.
lot of Super Bowls too, hadn't he?
Cleat? I don't know how many Cleat's done. Well, look at me. I'm a first name basis with these guys. I don't know.
I don't know Cleat. Like, even commentators couldn't tell you referees' names,
Guys,
except unless they
I
had
don't
a
think
bad.
I would have guessed that we would have been highlighting the referees that we love.
This is a
pretty
podcast
wild.
for anything.
I would love to be just a referee of. I mean, I love doing high school football, but to be in the NFL that's a chore in itself.
Yeah, and they have full-time jobs. They're doctors, lawyers.
Yeah, but that's kind of like what they want to do. But if it was me, I was getting paid $200 a year. I ain't fucking working at no lawyer. One, because I didn't do it. I'm not smart enough to be a lawyer.
I
or
wonder
doctor
if they
or
require
CPA.
them to have a job. Like, you know how like some cheerleaders, like they have to have full-time jobs if they want to be on the squad. Like referees, like none of them are just full-time refs.
Yeah, but if it was me, fuck, I'd be a full-time ref. 200 grand a year.
But would you do more than one sport, or would you just stick to strictly football?
No, so here's my thing with NFL referees, because NFL referees only get paid for the season. So what I would do is, one, everybody bitches about the refs. Oh, you're not calling this, you don't call this, blah, 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 blah. But, okay, you look at the grand scheme of things, there's X amount of referees, there's 22 guys on the field. So I think there's 8 or 9 in the NFL that are on the field, right? So those guys have to watch, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So those guys have to watch 22 different positions, players, whatever. They don't. They watch the zones. So if a guy's coming an out route, that's my zone. That's what I'm watching. I'm watching everything leading up to that until somebody comes into my area that I think that's coming.
They watch zones of the court.
So you're already outnumbered, for one. But two, I think the NFL, it gets a little lazy with the classes or whatever, but I don't know what classes they do. I don't know how much time goes into being an NFL ref. I assume it's a lot. In the off season, I don't know. But if you make that thing for 12 fucking months where those guys get paid, you have to do this class, this guy, whatever the case is, instead of paying them just for the season, one, you can get more officiating because you're doing it for 12 months. Two, those guys are going to know their shit a lot more than what they are because you only pay them a half a year. Granted, 200 grand for a year.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to go to the XFL league that they have now, that joined league.
But some of them do. Like, some of them, like, do go to the XFL or the USFL, or now that they're combined. Yeah, like there's some that do multiple sports. Some do. I don't know.
United Football League or something.
Because you have to kind of balance your money, kind of thing. But in the grand scheme of things, like if you just paid them for 12 months, there should be no excuse as to why
they're specialists.
NFL referees are kind of missing calls. But then again, like I think about the high school level when I was refereeing,
they're lawyers.
It's a judgment call.
They're the lawyers.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's a judgment call. So my call is going to be different from Josh's call, or my call is different from Jeff Wells's call.
And why?
But it could be interpreted a different way that makes sense to the head coach. Like, hey, why didn't you call that? Well, this is what I saw. Well, no, watch the replay. Well, in high school, you don't get the replay. And in NFL, you're not supposed to watch that replay board. So you get audited essentially after every game. So if you look on the NFL, there's another guy sitting outside that's writing down all the calls.
Right.
Okay, 72 holding Kansas City, this time, this yard line, and all that, so that they can go back and watch the film. Like, okay, was that a hold? So they learn from these calls. But then again, if you're not making that call, or if you're making too many calls,
and the NFL,
then you get a bad
crazy thick.
Yep.
Yeah, but then you get a bad stigma. Like, oh fuck, Jordan called 15 calls against us last year. But 7 of them were validated.
And like,
okay, well, that's just what I saw.
Does high school football have like to where like you don't call a play out of your area, kind of like in high school basketball? Like if it's out of your area, so if like, you get shunned.
So if you're a back judge, or if you're any like sideline official, so the back judge is in the middle of the field in the back, so anything deep he's got, right? But if I throw a flag, whatever position I'm at, into a different position, like that should be watching it, I would never do that, for one. Because one, that's going to shed light on that guy for not doing his job. But two, it's also going to shed light on me because I didn't watch my shit. Why am I watching
somebody else?
Why am I watching Bobby's zone when I need to be watching mine?
Yeah.
So so you get, and there'll be times where officials. So what officials do is this if I call a pass interference call and it's either close to my zone and it could be the other guy's zone, like it could be either or's call, I'm going to cover up that flag with my flag because I want to protect that sideline official or whatever official that made that call. So fuck, why did you call that pass interference? Okay, Jordan covered it up, so he probably saw something too. It's just to help each other's backs.
Yeah.
So if you see multiple flags on the field for the same
they're mirroring the call.
It's
the same thing.
I saw that too.
Right,
so,
exactly.
like,
It's not to call that guy out,
and those are the
or
calls
to single
that don't
him
ever
out.
get
It's
talked
hey, I
about.
saw that shit too.
And those are the calls that never
So-
get the highlight that they should because it was a good call.
Yeah, it's always the ones that don't get called, but it's whatever angle that O lineman is where he's holding. It's wherever that official's at because the pocket's got to move. So he moves a little bit to adjust himself so he can watch the quarterback or watch the left guard. So there's a lot of stuff that they don't see because offensive linemen taught to hide it. So we try to move in the best way, but we can't move too far out of our zone.
Taught to keep those hands in tight. And
So if you keep him tight and you're holding him like this and he's trying to get out, and I'm not calling it.
You ain't seeing this.
Right.
You ain't seeing me.
But if you bear hug that guy and I can see your hands, okay, that's probably a legit call.
Like, why did he go to the ground? Okay, well.
Yeah, he's got overpowered.
He just got overpowered.
Just got overpowered.
But speaking of knowing people on a field, right? Like if Jeff Wells ever goes to the NFL and we're like, hey, we know that guy. Did you guys know? Okay, now I shined a little light on this last week. Michigan's new coach. That dude, we played against that dude our sophomore year of high school. He played at Derby.
Who's Michigan's new coach?
Sherrone Morris. Michigan's new head coach.
Really?
Yeah, he graduated from Derby High School, went to Butler County Community College, and then has now been in the NFL circuit for a while now. It's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
you want to look me up, bro?
Yeah, it's like, hey, hey, we played against each other back in 2003.
Hang on. So who is this?
Sherrone Morris.
New head coach?
Yeah, Sherrone Morris.
I gotta look this up.
Or Sherrone Moore, my bad. Sherrone Moore, not Moore. Morris is
like, hey, we whipped that ass, but in order to make it right, you can hire me.
Yeah, we beat you guys that year.
Derby, huh?
Derby High School.
The Derby kid, huh?
He was an offensive lineman.
Sorry.
He was an offensive lineman.
Oh, no!
He was a big old boy.
Josh overpowered him.
Yeah.
It's possible.
He's the new head coach of the Michigan Wolverines.
No, in 03?
In 03, our sophomore year. He
graduated. I'm still playing D-line.
He graduated.
I'm still playing defense.
He graduated in 2003. So we played him 2003, 2004 season. So that was our sophomore
beat him,
year, right?
Yeah.
Wait, no, we lost.
No, we beat them.
No, we beat them.
Yeah, we only lost. We didn't lose any game in 2000.
But I was trying to think of like our freshman year.
I didn't play freshman year. Not there.
So that would have been
freshman 2002, 2003.
So freshman year.
Or no, 2001,
hang on, no.
2002. We graduated in
Was
6.
freshman year the year that we lost to Derby in the playoffs?
That might have been it because then we went on to beat
every
Manhattan.
year we with Elmer Tag Attack.
Yeah. I think freshman year we lost to Derby in the playoffs by like 1.
And then sophomore year,
Brett was mad about it. Brett had a sack in that game.
That was to go to the no. You guys lost in the playoffs to Derby, didn't you?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so like it was to go on to the state championship.
Freshman year, we lost to Derby in the playoffs
in the sub-state game,
and that whole upper class was like super mad about it. Sub-state, we lost to Derby.
That would have been with John Sellers.
Well, John Sellers was our sophomore year.
Nacarado, Matthew Perry,
McDonald.
Sophomore year, we also had all those people, and we ended up losing at the state championship game, and that was the only game we lost.
Yeah, but that was what, Olathe?
Olathe North.
Yep. Yeah, but I don't remember who we played.
The next one was Shawnee Mission. We beat Shawnee Mission. Oh, in Sub-State?
No.
Junction City was our junior year.
And then our senior 2021.
And then our senior year, we played, who was it?
Olathe East or West?
No, in the Sub-State game or the state? Because we beat Shawnee Mission in 2 years in a row. Olathe North, we played our sophomore year. Junior and senior year, played Shawnee Mission West and then Shawnee Mission East, I think.
Fuck, I don't know.
But we beat Manhattan our sophomore year to go to the state championship at the 1 yard line when we fumbled. They fumbled. And then the other 2 years where we had losses, but like
that's that pride defense.
That's back when we saw Giannis's ass crack.
Who's?
Giannis, his pants fell down. He was like, "Oh shit!"
That's a big ass windowsill, man.
Well, Well, Jordan, I'm glad that you were able to make this episode. But before we
Heck
go,
yeah, baby.
like we normally do entertainment, and your wife had a little Facebook post a while back asking about new TV shows. Joshua, can you help her out some? We got to hook her up with some TV shows. And what was this bear shit that you were talking about on there, Jordan?
Dude, I don't know.
Bear
but
stuff, which is huh?
It's called The Bear. It's on Hulu.
The Bear.
It's with that dude that played in Shameless. It was Lip.
Oh, okay. He was the one that was also in the wrestling show, the new wrestling movie.
I don't know.
The Iron Fist or something.
But
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
So yeah, because I watched like the Academy Awards or some shit the night before, and the Bear won. I don't know whatever category there was, and I was like, "What the fuck is The Bear?" But I keep seeing people like reference The Bear, and I'm like, "Okay, what's this fucking show?" And then so we just finished watching New Amsterdam, which was a good show.
Good show.
And then so we're like, "Oh shit, what else to watch?" I was like, "I don't know. I heard The Bear's good." She's like, "All right, let's watch it." But The Bear is about like so he's a chef. Okay. So he's like a I don't know if it's world renowned or whatever, but he worked at the best restaurant in New York, but he's from Chicago.
He's like a Michelin.
His brother committed like 3-star Michelin chef. So his brother committed suicide, but he had his own like little restaurant back in Chicago. Well, when his brother died, he inherited this restaurant, and now it's essentially he's trying to turn it into like this really good restaurant. But he's trying to keep the same staff that he had as like an alliance to his brother. Like, okay, I got to keep these guys together kind of thing. So he like gets into some money somehow. I don't want to really explain it, but he gets a lot of money, and he's willing to like his baker who bakes the cookies or something. He sends him to Denmark or Copenhagen so that he can learn how to bake under this other guy that this guy knows. To try to make this restaurant into like a really big thing. But it's so chaotic because it's so loud, because it's all family related, or they've worked together for so long that it's a high energy show, which the wife doesn't like a high energy show when she's trying to go to bed. So, but it's a really good show. But I think there's 2 seasons on Netflix.
Yeah, I've caught up. I didn't know that's what it was called, but I've seen like previews of that show.
Yeah, and I didn't know it was like a cooking show, and I fucking love cooking shows, but it's not. But it's like a series. It's not like a reality show. Yeah, show. But it's a really good show.
I was just curious because I was like, "What's The Bear?" And now that you've talked about being Lip from Shameless, which I love that show, that shit gave me anxiety. Frank, dude,
it's kind of like
Frank
that.
Pissed me off every episode. It's like, oh my god.
If you guys need just a good like comedy to laugh at, the Broken Lizard guys have a new one on Netflix finally streaming called Tacoma FD.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. There's 4 seasons of that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, dude.
I haven't seen it, but
dude, have you heard of Dusty Slay, the comedian?
Oh
my god.
Yeah, I've heard.
He's got this Netflix thing on right now. It's really funny, dude. He talks about like biscuits. They're kind of like spoons. But he's like nobody in the South really like is playing biscuits on their lap kind of thing. And he's like, you've never seen a meth cook rock, cook like meth rock on a biscuit. And he's like, well, I mean, you might have, I don't know, but dude, it's good though. Dusty Slay.
Speaking of stand-up comedy, have you seen what's that one that I sent Shane Gillis? That dude cracks my shit up every time I see him.
I still like that Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze's funny. He's just a clean version. Like if you take him and you compare him to like Jim Gaffigan and all those other, they fit into that one category. But Shane Gillis is like, you don't want to watch it around his kids.
I like Nate because he doesn't laugh at his joke. It's like he's telling a serious joke and you're laughing because it's funny, but yet it's like his mentality is like, hey, that's dry. Not funny.
Very Seinfeld-like.
And that's why I like it.
Do you ever listen to their podcasts and stuff?
Who, Nate Bargatze? No.
Yeah. Well, so like I've told you, my buddy Justin tours with him.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly listening to their podcasts and stuff because they all podcast together and tell comedy jokes and stuff like that. And it's hilarious because you're right. He won't laugh at his own stuff, but he will laugh at everybody else's stuff. And when they're all sitting in a room together, just giggling together, it's the funniest freaking thing in the world. It reminds me of us all sitting in a room together, just trying to get each other to laugh. and say stupid stuff.
The one
great.
thing that Nate Bargatze got me on was that joke that he told about like his wife wanting to mow the yard. Just had me in stitches, man. Like I laughed my ass off. But Shane Gillis is like I would call him like a modern day Robin Williams because he's very history driven. Like he knows history very well, and he ties it into like how it could be like portrayed as like racist and shit. He's like, I don't want to say this joke, but since it's history, I'm allowed to.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. You should check him out. Like, check out his Netflix special because he goes like he got fired from SNL the day after he got hired from SNL for something that he said on a podcast years ago. But it's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of highlighting Christine's post on Facebook. I told her Suits because Suits is kind of like
Suits is really good.
No, I already cracked out on that.
Oh, it's so good.
Suits. We're in season 8 of that.
Season 9's on Prime.
Paramount.
Well, for me, it's Prime.
We're gonna pull it up. If you haven't watched it yet, Reacher season 2 on
so
Prime.
Good. I put that on there for Christine. I don't know if you guys have Prime or not.
Oh.
And then what?
Well, that Dusty Slay, dude. So he talks about. So
I love when Jordan giggles like this. It's like, oh shit, this is gonna be good.
Okay, so Dusty Slay's got really fucking long hair, and he's got like these sperm goggles. You know, like the
I know who he is.
glasses,
I know who he is now.
And he's got like the trucker hat, right?
Yeah.
So he had this whole.
He looks like he could pass.
Wasn't he from Trailer Park Boys?
A manager for a wrestler or something.
I don't know. He looks like he would be, but I don't think he was, but I don't know. So he's like, so he goes out of the spiel about like Travis Tritt. He's like, I love country music, but he's like, sometimes it's a little misleading. He's like, for instance, Travis Tritt, he's got a song that says it's a great day to be alive. And he's like, he kind of counteracts himself into that. Or, it doesn't make sense because he's like, the first part of the song was, I got rice cooking in the microwave. And he's like, I don't know about you, but it's not a great day to be alive if I've got rice cooking in the microwave. But he goes through this whole spiel about this fucking song. And I'm like, it's never clicked
that's why that's comedians not a great are some of the best alive, people dude. That like look at shit. It's just great.
Yeah. And he's like, I think I'm going to make me some homemade soup. And he's like, I don't want to make homemade soup. Like, that is not a great day to be alive. Like, oh,
did you watch Dave Chappelle's new special that he has?
No, I can't get into Dave Chappelle.
For real? I figured you'd like
it's
him.
Just not. No,
the shit that he has about Will Smith had me in stitches, dude. It was that funny.
I like the guys that I don't really hear a lot about, like, because it's like it's organic. It's different. It's
Dave Chappelle.
It's not like, let me get on this Dave Chappelle wagon. You know, like
but you didn't know about Dave Chappelle until he came out with the Dave Chappelle show. Like his stand up is nothing like that. Like,
but now that I kind of know him, like I'm just like, I don't know. It's just.
Well, you should definitely check out Shane Gillis. Also, Mark Normand. I think you would love Mark Normand.
Mark Normand.
Mark Normand. He's very.
I occasionally just watch Netflix.
He's on Netflix.
See some.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's got like these zinger one-liners. He's like, comedy.
Yeah.
He's just.
Oh, dude, that Dusty Slay's kind of like that, where he'll just go like this. He's like, "Hey, we're having a great day." He's like, "I don't really ask you for having a great day. I'm telling you we're having a great day." Like, because I don't want to be disappointed. But hello, we're having a great day.
Yeah, and that's that's kind of like what he does, and then he ends all of them off with like comedy.
Yeah, dude, you gotta watch that Dusty Slay shit. Yeah, that's that shit is hilarious.
Well, hey, I guess I want to thank everybody for listening this far. I mean, we've had a wild episode. Like Jordan surprised us. Like I didn't expect him to be here. Josh just sent his regular text message. So, but I appreciate you coming on, Jordan. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're listening this far. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Jordan and how much he's missed so far. So.
Wait a minute, Bobby.
I love you.
I just got a lot of obligations.
I'm just joking.
Just flat out burden.
But that's why it kind of shocked me that I saw him waiting in there and it wasn't Josh.
It is funny because gosh, I don't want to tell him now.
Yeah, don't tell him.
I won't.
Tell me what, like, I don't know.
There's a whole bit we were going to start today.
Yeah, and then
About-
Oh,
all of
is
a
that
sudden,
the update on why Jordan couldn't make it?
yeah.
No, it's in the notes.
yeah, but
I know. That's what I was like.
You
when
didn't know
Bobby
what
said
it
he sent you
was.
the notes, I was like, then you already hear
Yeah,
it.
Well,
but he
I was
doesn't
going to
know.
ask what it was, and then we got carried on to something else because I specifically said, "What's this?" And then
But he doesn't
Somebody
know. He
interrupted.
won't know until people start sending him messages. That's the thing.
That's true.
yeah, I mean,
That's true.
so I won't be on next week. So start
It's
your
a bit.
segment next week, and then I'll
Alright,
see what
we
it's
will.
about.
Oh, you can.
We'll start
You
our
are
next
always
week.
welcome, but anytime that you miss an episode, just be prepared for like
Every week
check-in
you're welcome.
messages from somebody else. That's all we're saying.
About reasons why I'm not
Yeah,
there.
like
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they better be funny. Like,
Oh, they're
don't
gonna-
make
They're
it
gonna
real
be great.
shit.
They're
Like,
gonna be great.
oh, he's taking care of his kid.
No.
No. Like,
it's gonna be
No,
funny
they're going to be
shit.
great pieces of storytelling.
Good comedy.
like I'm looking at feet pics.
I legitimately had
That was one of
ready to
mine
go
on
for
my
today.
list that
I
I had.
figured it was. It was one of your guys'.
His wife caught him fapping to some feet pics.
Oh,
Been there.
he's grounded. Oh,
But I do want to thank everybody for listening and or watching this
Absolutely.
far. And Jordan, thank you for coming on. Anything else you guys want
Sure.
to hit? Don't forget to check out HCW Rage Beef Jerky, our sponsors for the podcast. Jordan, any last thoughts or words you want to leave the listeners with?
Go Chiefs.
absolutely. Go Chiefs, baby.
Joe, or what does Andy Reid say? How about them?
How about them?
Chiefs.
I love you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.